What's up, y'all? Welcome back. This is episode 3 of Small Talk, and I am Justin Lamar Carter, and I'm a freelance photographer, director, and director of photography based here in the Washington, D.C. area. If you've been following the series, I've been talking about just some pros and cons of just moving from coast to coast. And today I really wanted to touch on some of the pros of why you would move to the West Coast as primarily a filmmaker, but also just a creative or photographer in general. So let's get into it. So let's talk about number one, the environment. And when you move to Los Angeles, you're just not moving there for the Hollywood sign. You move there for the environment. You have the ocean, you have the mountains, and you have just good weather. With good weather comes the opportunity to shoot more outdoors, which is a really big thing. I know a lot of us East Coast based DPs, photographers, and creatives can't wait for the spring and summer to come along to start shooting outside again without freezing our butts off. So that is a very big pro. Okay, let's move on to number 2, the community. Los Angeles has one of the biggest film communities in the world. But in particular, the United States. And when I say community, it's really that. What I've found on the West Coast is that I've had friends that are now family. It was just a very communal place to be, especially when you find your tribe. I found my tribe out there pretty early. We've done things from lending each other gear to give each other studio time for free, just doing things that friends would do for each other as they're trying to, climb their way to the top in some ways, Very, very, very communal place, man. Like, a lot of people would say this, you're going to go Hollywood, but I found that that's not really the case. People are very genuine in Los Angeles, at least when you're genuine and you put your good foot forward to be that good person too. Number 3, the projects. It's no secret, some of the best projects that you're going to come across, it's going to be based out of Los Angeles. It just kind of goes back to number 1, the environment, and the community. Number 2, the community. Many people choose to live in Los Angeles because of the weather, and it just feels good. It's always sunny. So you're going to come across like a lot of cool commercial projects, branded projects. It's an opportunity there to do a lot of spec work, personal work, and whatnot. I know personal experience for me, when I moved to Los Angeles, within 72 hours, I was at Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's house, filming and doing photos for Red Table Talk. And that single moment catapulted me into so much commercial work. Shout out to Westbrook. They still have some photos I took on the walls to this day. I can't thank them enough for just the opportunity they gave me when I moved to Los Angeles. So yeah, like, there's no place like Hollywood. Number 4 is networking. Like everyone says, like, people go Hollywood, but from my experience, man, like, it was super communal, a lot of good people there. And yeah, it was just a lot of opportunities to network, from going to coffee shops to going to different social clubs like the Gathering Spot or Soho House for events. Just make yourself available to go to events. You look good, smell good, and just be a good person, man. Just be very forward with what you do. I don't care what no one says. Let people know what you do and what you came to do and what you want to do. And doors will open. They open for me, and to this day, they still open some doors. So number 5, resources. There is no other place on the West Coast that has as much resources as Los Angeles. Like, I used to live down the street from a rental house called The Haven Camera, and shout out to Nicole and Eric. They're the owners. I used to go over there and rent lenses for the weekend. I rented stuff for big projects, small projects, and whatever my budget was, they were able to work with me to find the package that, the characteristics I was looking for, and, just get me the equipment that I needed. And there is no other place like Los Angeles when it comes to equipment. I don't care what anyone says. Like, you can get something, drop of a dime, last minute, whether it's a rental house or a share grid. There is just like a plethora of resources available for you to get what you need for your shoot, which isn't always the case out here on the East Coast. The number 6, housing. Now, housing in Los Angeles can get tricky. But when you first move to LA, you want to be somewhere that's pretty central. And when I first moved to LA, I moved to Koreatown, which is about 20 minutes from everything I need to be near, like the 10, this is the 110. I can get to Burbank real quick. I can get to, South LA real fast and whatnot. But it's really central. Rents are pretty cheap. The thing is, parking sucks, so you need to find a place that has parking. If you are single, I recommend looking for a studio apartment. Now, you can do the roommate thing, but what I found is that roommates and studio apartments kind of cross, and they probably cost about the same. So, might as well just look for a studio. When I lived in a studio apartment out there, it's probably as big as a junior 1-bedroom, and I think I paid about $1,200 a month plus no utilities besides internet, which was like $50, and I paid $150 parking at a building next door. So I always had a place to park. I was doing a lot of work, so this was advantageous for me to live by myself. I had a place to come home after, a long shoot and decompress and whatnot, and just be able to enjoy my time alone. Which you need in a big city like Los Angeles, like places to call your own. If you are a family person, I also recommend looking at Koreatown. Just to start, if you've never lived there before, it's very central. It's kind of city-esque, I would say. Everything you need is right there for the most part, and you can find affordable rent there. It's a great place to spend your first year in Los Angeles. Now, after that, you might choose to move somewhere else, especially if you have school-age children. Probably move to the Valley. Some people move to IE. I don't know about that for me, but there's as many options. If you're looking to rent a house, this is where things get a little bit more pricey. I know townhomes are around like $4,000. Single family homes could go anywhere from about $4,000 to up to you name it. Like, I've seen some as much as $20,000, depending on what you're getting. But this video is probably not for you if you're in the $20,000 situation. But yeah, 2-bedroom apartments, you can probably get ones for, I think my last 2-bedroom apartment in off Crenshaw was $2,500 a month, and I had a garage spot even though my car didn't fit in it. But street parking wasn't too bad for us. But it's just some things to know, So in conclusion, if you're thinking about moving to LA to be a creative, DP, filmmaker, photographer, artist, I would say go spend some time out there. If you have the ability to spend time out there, like 2 weeks, that'd be great, because you cannot see Los Angeles in 2 days or not even a week. You need time to feel LA, and for me, it took some time to feel it. I personally had went to LA a few times before I moved out there, but I didn't know what it was like to live like in LA. I'm more adventurous when it comes to moving. I like to just find stuff out. So if that applies to you, just go ahead and let it fly. I think one piece of advice I want to give to you guys, if you're thinking about making a leap, from wherever you are in America or in the world to living in Los Angeles, is to jump off the porch, take that leap, do it. You can always go back home. You can always move back. That is some of the best advice I've gotten from one of my OGs. When he told me, he said, hey, if you're choosing to make a leap and try something new, just know that when your lease is up or your time is done, you can always come back to where you're comfortable. But I'll say this. What you desire is on the other side of your comfort zone. That's a wrap for Small Talk today. I'm just Lamar Carter. Peace.